You're a dead man walking. You just effed up your whole life. And you will never be anyone. I'll make sure of it. God damn, Nicki. So this is a pretty crazy story hot off the press of the internet streets because it looks like allegedly Nicki Minaj is supposed to be getting sued for beating up one of her ex-managers.
Seriously? Okay, Nicki.
That's not okay. We should not be saying okay, Nicki.
I love Nicki. So
yeah, but that doesn't mean we support her.
She beat somebody up. I need to know more.
So according to TMZ, Nicki Minaj exploded on her day-to-day manager and hit him in the face so hard that she knocked his head back and sent his hat flying, at least according to a new lawsuit. The Starship manager is being sued by mainland Brandon Garrett, who claims he was working as Nicki's manager during her tour earlier this year when she got physical with him at her concert in Detroit. And when he got back, he was summoned to her dressing room. Because if Nicki Minaj calls you nigga, you just got summoned. She didn't call you, she summoned you. Garrett claims Nicki was inside with her other members of her team and she started grilling folks about their job responsibilities. He says she flew into a rage when she learned Garrett had once set someone else to pick up one of her prescriptions. In the suit, Garrett claims Nicki screamed at him saying, "Are you effing crazy having him pick up my prescription? You have lost your effing mind, and if my husband were here, he would knock your effing teeth out. You're a dead man walking. You just effed up your whole life, and you will never be anyone. I'll make sure of it." God damn, Nicki. Garrett then claims Nicki kept screaming at him and told him his life was over before striking him on the right side of his face with the open hand slap. He says that the force of the blow caused his head to swing backwards and his hat flew off his head. Nicki's security team then allegedly swarmed in close to Garrett, and he claims Nicki struck him on his right wrist, knocking documents in his hand onto the floor. Garrett claims Nicki then told him to get the F out. He says grabbed his hat and quietly exited the room, locking himself inside of a restroom at Little Caesars Arena. He says his wrist was throbbing and his face was sore as he called his fiancée to let her know what happened, claiming he stayed locked in the restroom. First of all, imagine getting beat up by Nicki Minaj and you in the bathroom calling your wife. Like, nigga, what? How did that conversation go? Nicki Minaj whooped my ass. Nigga, what? Get your bitch ass out the bathroom. Fucking wrong with you, nigga. If you don't push that bitch back, look, nigga, the story gonna be Nicki Minaj got punched back. That's what my story gonna be.
No.
Look, I'm gonna tell you what the story ain't gonna be. Me crying in the bathroom. Nah, we fucking was even when I played.
Nigga.
Garrett claims Nicki did let him on the tour bus back to the tourist base in Chicago, leaving him stranded in Detroit. So she stranded him out there. He's suing Nicki for assault, battery. I'm gonna be honest though. He's suing her for assault, battery, and initial infliction of emotional distress, and he's going after her for damages. So the lawyer said that they haven't received the lawsuit yet. But this is the thing. Did this happen? Who knows? Like we've learned from this is what I've learned. 2025, nigga, don't take nothing at face value. There's always two sides to the story. You know, unless we got some real evidence to go on with something, then, you know, it's really neither here nor there. What I will say, though, is I don't think, and I don't know if everybody's going to agree with me, I think putting your hands on people is, of course, wrong.
Yeah.
But her flipping out could be justified. Because this is Nicki Minaj. I trust you to handle a very personal, like it doesn't, like that is on, like there's only like a handful of people you can even trust with that. Like, and that circle is even smaller outside of family. Like a best friend, you know, and then when we go into like a management role, like that is something that I told you to do. That's not something you pass off to a personal assistant. Let's put behind the dangers of someone being able to have access to your medicine and you don't know about it. Much less, and look, regardless of if it happened or not, me not knowing about it also at this level is a problem, knowing who I am and these problems that can come with that. And then number two, you don't know if I'm okay with that person knowing what I'm taking. That is a violation of my privacy, and I'm trusting you with my privacy. And for someone who is a star as big as her, who's been around as long, it's Nicki, got one of the biggest stars on the planet. You would think that, like, I'm gonna be like this. That's a fireable offense at that level.
It is.
You should know better. You should know better.
I understand her rage. Do I agree if allegedly she attacked him? No, but her rage is very noted. And like that means she don't even know really. We don't know what relationship she has with this assistant, right?
Well, manager.
I'm talking about when the manager provides the information
exactly.
to the assistant.
Right.
Right. And then don't forget, when you pick up prescription medicine, you got to get a person's full name, date of birth, address. That means he had to give this person her personal information, right? It's just crossing all lines.
Yeah. No, 100%. I agree with you, and I think that again, so sound like you kind of got what you deserve, a little bit. Not the ass whooping, but everything else. Because I mean, I would go off on that, and I think she had every right to, especially if you didn't tell her. She had to find out, and only found out because I was going off on y'all, and I wouldn't even like you know what I'm saying. So I can see that, but again, we don't know what happened. We don't know the full story, and I will say, we are gonna say as well, in a working environment, even with all of that being said, especially with nothing happening, it was if she did do that, that is highly inappropriate. I do want to go on the record and say that, like, that is your work environment. She's an employee. He's an employee.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Shouldn't be, regardless of what he did, none of that deserved him getting hands put on him. You know what I'm saying? And that's one thing. Like, hell, I'm even with you stranding him out there. You know what I'm saying? Fuck him, man. You're fired, figure it out. Get off the tour. You got, hey, look, I ain't promised you a way home. I hope you got your bread. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing. Putting your hands on somebody, look, man, that's a hostile work environment. So I hope that's not true. But we'll see if this continues to evolve. We've got, Nicki has been able to survive the most, Nicki has had a very controversial past with beefs, her husband's illegalities being exposed and that and everything else. And Nicki has been Nicki and has been able to stay being Nicki. This is nothing, I believe, to her, being able to survive it. And she's definitely seen worse. So I would be surprised if this is, really picks up any steam. But who knows? We'll just let you guys, who knows? We'll keep you updated as we get more information.